We'll have a smooth board meeting, things go pretty quickly, and we can get everybody back about their daily business. That being said, Supervisor Carver, would you mind leading us in prayer, please?
Let's pray. Father, we just thank you for this meeting, Lord. We thank you for each and every elected official and each and every person in this room, and the families represented. We pray for Octavia County. We pray for growth and prosperity in 2024. We pray for us to be a county that's just led by you, and we work for you, Lord, in all that we do. Keep us safe this morning in our decisions, Lord. Let us just speak with grace and mercy, Lord, and in all that we do. In your name we pray, amen.
Amen. Thank you, Supervisor Carver. Has everybody had an opportunity to look at the minutes?
I make a motion we accept that minutes
Okay. We've got a motion, and I need a second, and then discussion. We've got a motion, second, discussion.
There is one on, the board minutes on January the 22nd, number 15. Instead of that being the Shaw family, should be a name attached to that. Should be Lolita Bell. That's Lolita Bell. Lolita Bell. Her address is 1280 Artesia Road. 1280 Artesia Road.
This is the last one on minutes, number 15.
The last one, right, number 15. If you would make that amendment, we'll appreciate it.
Okay, with that noted amendment made, all in favor? Aye. Motion passes unanimously. Okay, next on our agenda, we've got our citizens' comment period. Citizens can come and speak to the board for 3 minutes concerning any issue that you might have. So right now, we're open for any citizens' comment period. Yes, ma'am. Come on up, please, if you don't mind. Good morning. Okay, could you speak up? Give us your name.
I'm Betty Thomas. I'm here for the B.O.S Alumni Association, and right now we're in the process of having a Black History program, trying to get the storm shelter. So we got a letter said it's open, and I was trying to see could y'all we can waive the payment for paying that $450 from the association. It's February 25th, 1 o'clock.
Motion that we allow if it's vacant.
It's vacant, one check.
If it's vacant.
Is that the same day or the other event?
That was canceled.
Oh, it was? Okay.
Motion that we allow the usage of the storm shelter for D.F. Moore Alumni Association on February 24th.
Yeah,
on February 24th. In addition to that, we waiver the cost for the usage.
Second motion.
It's been moved and second that we allow usage of the storm shelter, and we know that scheduling will allow that to take place. Yes.
I'm assuming they spoke to it.
Have you?
We got the it's in. Yeah, we spoke to it. It's
Okay.
open.
Okay. All in favor? Motion carries. And we'll
Go into discussion.
discussion.
I know, I just for general practice regard, I'm getting requests like Cattlemen's Association called. Is if anybody asks, or just as long as the place is open, we can grant it. Is that the general accepted practice?
Checking with Kristen Campanella, she handles the scheduling of the and I guess at some point we should at least let Kristen send us something saying that it's open and we've approved it.
Yes,
So,
sir. Thank you.
okay, but yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries
I
unanimously.
believe there's still some general costs for usage, like, aftercare and cleaning aftercare and things of that nature, I believe.
Is that in form of a deposit?
I don't know, but I think we'll follow up on that, and maybe follow up on whatever.
There is a $250 deposit, so when you waive the fee, are you still gonna have them put that $250 deposit down in the event something don't go right? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I think that's what the policy is, that there's an initial $250 deposit, that will be returned if everything is in order once the event is over.
And so they're still required to pay the $250.
Right.
She needs to,
Who will she pay it to?
she'll give it to Kristen because they do a contract with her and then she'll send everything to me.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Thank
Thank you very
you.
much.
Thank you.
Any other citizens for the comment period? Okay, seeing that there's none, we move forward. Next on the agenda, we have, Lance Newman from Mississippi State University Regional Coordinator.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Good morning, Mr. Newman.
Good morning. I'm Lance Newman. I'm the regional coordinator for our Northeast Extension region, which includes Octavia County. I have a board order for a position, a process y'all familiar with that we do when we open up a position. We have the ag agent position open up here in Octavia County. We would like for you to sign that and fill that. Now, what this position would do was be 100% ag. They would be housed here in Octavia County, and they would also help out in Webster County. Webster County has agreed to pay part of the salary too. So, if you'll do that, we'll start the process and open up our job. They would do general ag, education, agricultural programming through the Mississippi State Extension Service, and be housed here in Octavia County.
We have a request to open up position in the ag extension. Can I get a motion?
Motion.
Motion by Supervisor Williams, second by Supervisor Carver. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes unanimously.
Great, thank you.
I guess, do I need to sign this?
Yes, sir. Date it and sign it there if everything's in order.
Is that last 15,000 of Webster County the same amount?
They're not. They're doing 6,000, and then Mississippi State picks up the other balance. You know, we're doing some of the. Ma'am?
Go ahead and finish
We're
that.
doing some of. We're just like budgets with everybody else, and trying to fill roles and looking for partnerships and things that we could do, and filling it that way.
I started off my first 10 years in Mississippi State Extension Service. I know the value that it provides, especially from the soil science standpoint and the ag commerce and everything like that. So appreciate you.
I appreciate that. We have, priority filling. We have Miss Fran Brock, who's our FCS agent, our county coordinator here, and then a 4-H agent here. And so hopefully we'll get Octavia Hall back to fully staffed. This helps fill the gap and helps fill a gap in Webster County. It's a kind of cooperation that we're doing, trying to work to do that. So.
Our administrator has
This
questions.
position is filling one that someone recently left, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
So he's replacing someone.
Yes, ma'am.
It's not a new position.
It's not a new position. It's a position that we had before, and they left, and we're just filling that position.
Where will they be housed at the extension?
Here in the extension office in Octavia Hall County. Yes, sir.
Would you get a copy of that to me once everyone signs it? So I
I'll
can
make a
attach
copy
it?
before I leave, if you want me to.
Please do.
Ms. Brock can get it to me. If you get it to her, she can get it to me.
Okay, all right.
Do you have an educational requirement for that position?
You have to have a bachelor's degree, and it'll be, since this will be an ag related, it'll be an ag related field. It has to go through all our HR department on campus and that kind of thing. You'd have to qualify. I'll be glad. I'll send Ms. Brock the link when we get it open. You absolutely, please let anybody apply that you know it'll be an agriculture type degree, or science. It could be a science related field degree, and then we'll open it up and leave it open for 3 weeks or so. Let applicants get applying. If we have a applicant pool, then we'll start a process. I'll let Ms. Brock, she'll be on the committee, of course, and I'll let you know. If y'all want to have a representative there, you're absolutely more than welcome. We'll do it at the extension office where we do our interviews. So be able to do that.
Any other questions?
Appreciate the good work you all do.
Thank you for your support and what you do. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Next on the agenda, we've got, Ms. Kimberly Nichols. Come on up.
Okay.
Good morning.
Good morning. My name is Kimberly Nicholas. I'm here on behalf of the Southern Culinary PTO, Touch Truck Planning Committee. We have had support from the community the last 2 years. This is our 3rd year taking over the Touch Truck event. And with the support from local businesses, whether it's a vehicle at the event or a monetary donation as a sponsorship, we give the kids the opportunity to have that up close experience with vehicles that they would see going down the road maybe they haven't ever seen one, but they get to get in the vehicle and crawl around and explore it, honk the horn during certain hours, not the whole 4 hours of the event. But we are asking for support from the county with vehicles provided from the fire department and the road department. I'm not sure if this list was shared with y'all or not, but the fire department provided a county fire tanker, a fire pumper, brush truck, and a rescue truck. The kids have loved every bit of any fire equipment. The road department was a 10-wheel dump truck, an 18-wheeler dump truck, and the knuckle boom truck. So what we're asking is if y'all would be willing to provide those trucks again for the event this year, which is scheduled for April 27th. It goes from 10 to 2. There's a setup by 9:30 that morning, so they have to be there earlier, and usually right at 2, everyone's hitting the road. So
April 27th.
yes. That is I believe it's the last Saturday in April, but if you are willing to do that, we have greatly appreciated the support in the past. I know the city has agreed to have their vehicles there, different police vehicles and everything. We're asking for the county support now.
We've always supported that motion for the request for the road department and fire department from the county to furnish some trucks for Touch a Truck. Motion by Supervisor Little. Second by Supervisor Carver. All in favor? Motion passes unanimously. We have both our fire coordinator and our road manager there, so
okay, great. So for doing that, we are wanting to recognize the county as or the board of supervisors as a gold level sponsorship for being on site and having so many in-kind services having vehicles there. So we would be having y'all's logo out and everything. So not that you need the advertisement, but we'll do that. Thank you.
Okay,
Thank you. Appreciate all y'all do.
Next on the agenda is Barbara Cuban. Okay. Our tax assessor, I guess, is filling in.
I am.
Good morning.
I am Jordan Walker, tax assessor collector. Filling in for Ms. Barber. I'm here to ask for an adjustment on assessment changes for homestead that was deleted.
Okay, we've got a request. Motion for approval. Been motion by Supervisor Williams, second by Supervisor Little. All in favor? Motion passes unanimously.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We've already checked them out.
Okay. Thank you. Sorry. Okay, thank you.
Okay, next on the agenda, we've got our fire coordinator, Mr. Patrick Warner. Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Morning.
I know it's been a wet, cold beginning to this year, but we do have some good news today. Today I'd like to get Lynn Crow, Mr. Crow, Chief Crow, could you come up here for a minute? Today I'd like to get Mr. Lynn Crow recognized. I'm here to ask the board if they would adopt the proclamation, and I'll read it, if that's okay for everybody. Resolved by Octavia County Board of Supervisors, Octavia County, Mississippi, that whereas Lynn Crowe was a member of the Edenton Self Creek Volunteer Fire Department, actively serving since 1995. Lynn was a certified level 2 firefighter, rural fire officer, and held many other numerous certifications through the Mississippi State Fire Academy, in which he was one of the most decorated firefighters in Oktibbeha County. Whereas Lynn was incremental in the development of the Edenton Self Creek Volunteer Fire Department, acquiring equipment for the department and raising funds for the department needs. Lynn was very active in organizing the training with the Edenton Self Creek Volunteer Fire Department to provide fire and emergency medical operations to Oktibbeha County, and working with the Mississippi State Insurance Rating Bureau to get residents lower insurance ratings, saving the citizens of Oktibbeha County financially. Whereas Lynn has dedicated 28 years of service to safety and well-being of the citizens of Oktibbeha County as a volunteer with the Edenton Self Creek Fire Department and Oktibbeha County Fire Services. Lynn served as fire chief for the Edenton Self Creek Volunteer Fire Department from 2000 to 2023 upon his retirement from active duty. Proclaimed by the Oktibbeha County Board of Supervisors this the 5th day of February 2024 that Lynn Crowe be and hereby recognized and honored by the Oktibbeha County Board of Supervisors for his monumental citizenship to our county and commendable services to the Oktibbeha County Fire Service. I would like to ask the board if they would approve.
Many years of service. A lot of years of service.
We need a motion to approve the recognition and the resolution honoring Mr. Lynn Crowe for his years of service to the Oktibbeha County Volunteer Fire Department. First of all, if you don't mind, let's give him thank you, Mr. Crowe, for your service. If you don't mind, would you come up here by the seal and maybe the whole board be able to squeeze in and get a picture? I'm sorry, we need a motion. Motion by Supervisor Little, second by Supervisor Trainer. All in favor? Motion carries unanimously. Let's see, do we get the board up and get him a picture?
We did get a plaque from Mr. Crowe.
Okay.
For his 28 years of service.
Okay.
I agree.
Y'all believe with being healed? Come on.
I put this in there, didn't
I'm sorry. Inappropriate thoughts. Everyone ready? All right, 3, 2, 1. Got it.
Thank you for your service. You were.
Did you get to sign that?
Yeah, I did. Yes, sir. We received it. Thank you for your service.
Yeah. Mr. Crowe, do you want to say anything? You want to say
Come on, man, we need a
anything? 28 years is 28 years. As chief is a long time. Very long time. I do have one more thing I need to do while I'm here. Since I'm here and we do have a couple members of the Edenton Self Creek Volunteer Fire Department, we do have the assistant chief and the new chief. I would like to bring them up and introduce them since they're here. If it's okay.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Cobb and Mr. Waltman are here with us today. Mr. Cobb, Jasper Cobb, is going to be taking over from here on out. He will be the new chief. Mr. Waltman's been there for a long time, everybody should know him, he's got probably 30 years also, they came today also. But, I wanted to introduce you, Mr. Kyle, if anybody would like to ask him any questions or anything, or here he is, and, he'll be taking over from here on out. We wish him luck, cause it's been a busy year so far.
Yeah, have a lot to learn, so appreciate you guys.
Thank you all so much for willing to volunteer, serve Octavia County. It means a whole lot. Help people sleep a lot better at night, I can tell you that.
Yes, sir, thank you.
Thank you all.
Appreciate you, appreciate you.
Okay, next on the agenda, we've got, Brett Watson to present, invoices for 365 Lab.
Good morning. Good morning.
Morning.
Y'all's back, y'all should have copies of two invoices. One of them is a repeat from what I submitted back in December. One is a new one signifying the completion of our functional acceptance testing for the 365 project going forward, and I'd like to submit those for payment.
Got a motion to pay the invoices for 365 Lab?
So moved.
Got a motion. Second by Supervisor Little. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes unanimously.
All I got, unless y'all got a question.
Any questions for Mr. Watson?
What is this? I see something about license plate lookup connector.
Let me see which one it is, Mr. Chairman. I'm not sure which one it is.
I guess you don't have to call in the license plate. It automatically come up on,
Yes, sir. If y'all remember, I had presented to y'all the LPR grant not too long ago. Those LPRs connect directly to the system. They're made by the same manufacturer. So that's the line about the connectivity with the state database.
okay.
Mr. Watson,
Yes.
since we entered into this with 365 Labs, we got 2 new board members and we got a new sheriff. Do you think they'll be willing to come up and present again and bring everybody?
Yes, sir. I've spoken to them about doing that. We could do that. We could do it by Zoom meeting. We could do it however y'all want to do it. If y'all want to put something together like an EOC and just bring it up on the big boards, I know they'd be certainly willing to.
Okay.
It's a fascinating system to look at.
Okay, whatever works then for the board, we'll make a suggestion and we'll work it from there.
I'll reach out to them. We have our bi-monthly meeting on Wednesday, and I'll reach out to them about that.
Sounds good. Thank you so
All
much.
right, thank y'all.
Thank you.
Next, we've got road manager report, Mr. Victor Collins.
Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
We got our road manager report. I think you all should have a booklet on it that pretty well gives in detail the day-to-day workings of our road department. If you have any questions about it, I'm here to answer. Make a motion, we approve the road manager report.
Got a motion to approve the road manager report, second by Supervisor Little, motion by Supervisor Trainer. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes unanimously.
Okay, next on the agenda, you should have in your package, we have a 4-year road plan, and we're asking you to adopt that with future updates. We got quite a few updates we need to do with this. We didn't have it in anything from District 1 in time to get it in there. We don't have the cost in it because it's going to take a little while to get those costs together because of so many different details and what we will have to do, and each road is a little bit different. So that's the way if we could get that adopted with future updates. And I will be bringing updates to you on that at least once a month until we get this up and running.
Okay.
I'll say for the record, we've written mine by then that we've written and all that. We're just waiting on some final measurements. Pretty simple, just a few left, but Thanks for riding them. I like to ride Mr. Collins, see what he sees when he's driving the road conditions, and he's got a wealth of knowledge for sure.
No doubt.
But his phone rings all, I thought my phone rang a lot.
Well, Supervisor Carver, yours hadn't really started ringing yet. They hadn't really found you yet. But yeah. Okay, we need them. Well, we've accepted. That was just a recommendation.
Yeah, and now I've got about 7 other things we need to go through.
I'm gonna ask you one question on that before, if we were to approve this, that's,
The full year.
Yeah.
Need to
Okay,
adopt
we need
it,
to
yeah.
adopt it. Okay.
That's what I'm saying, amendment.
With changes.
Yeah, we need to
Okay.
adopt it.
the amendment process, we adopt this today, but the amendment process is pretty simple. Does that, each supervisor just bring their, or Mr. Collins bring their, recommended amendment, and it's just concept? It's a
Well,
concept.
We can amend.
What I'll do is, if you all come to me with, what I've got to do first of all on that is I gotta come up with the cost for each project that you have there. So you'll know approximately what that project is gonna cost. So, and anything that needed to be added or taken away, if you'll bring it to me, give it to me, try to get it to me at least a couple of weeks ahead of the main board meeting. I'll probably do this on the first of the month instead of twice a month. And if you bring those to me ahead of time so I can get them done, get them in the booklet, I'll bring you a booklet back just like this one for the updates. In fact, we've got that in saved. We'll just go in and make the updates on it. But we just need them ahead of time so I can take a look at them, so I can do a little bit of studying on them and see what needs to be done on them, check them out real close. Because along with these roads, we've got to start making some other things. We got a lot of roads that was built back here while I was gone that the covers wasn't changed out on. And those covers are rusting out. Some of those covers are 30, 40 years old and they're rusting out now. No bottoms in them, those metal ones. So I need to look at that road extensively so we can figure out what all needs to be done to it. So that's why I'm saying get it to me ahead of time, so I can have a couple of weeks to work on it before we get ready to get that amendment made. But bring them to me, I'll make the amendment, we'll bring them to the board.
Our road manager is correct. We hadn't did ourselves much good to build the road and the drainage ain't working right now. We hadn't did a lot. But our county administrator is right. I think the law requires us to have adopted the 4-year road plan at a certain time, but we can always come back and make changes to it. So I need a motion right now to adopt the 4-year road plan. Been motioned by Supervisor Little, second by Supervisor Williams, that we adopt our 4-year road plan. All in favor? Motion carries unanimously.
All right, next on the agenda, we need to extend the skid steer rental.
Okay, we need a motion to extend the skid. Motion by Supervisor Williams, second by Supervisor Little. All in favor? Motion passes unanimously.
And just a little bit of update on that. Lately, we hadn't been running tractors cutting limbs because we got so many down. We got so many roads on the ground till we was trying to clean up some before I had people to call and ask when we was going to clean up. So we kind of stopped the cutting and let them clean up. And they've been doing a real good job. It's just we had so much stuff down, it's overwhelming. But I tell you what, they are looking good. The cleanups are looking good. If the weather keep getting us dry weather, they'll make a lot of headway on that. And along with that, they are also cutting trees that you all may call us about, or a citizen may call us about. And so they have to stop and go and cut those trees and get them down and get them hauled off. So they're not sitting by the wayside. They are rolling every day. Next on my agenda, we have a cover request by Sheldon Jones on 16th Section Road. He's asking for cover to enter property. He's not ready to develop, he just needs an entrance to it.
Make a motion, we approve the request.
Motion by Supervisor Trainer, second by Supervisor Little. All in favor? Motion passes unanimously.
All right, last time I was here, I talked to you all about purchasing some equipment. So we did find enough money in our budget to purchase 4 heavy trucks. 450s is what we use in that application right now, and we've got to do something about those trucks. Those are the trucks that the men use to get back and forth to the work that they're doing for A, B, and C shop. D doesn't have one, they need one, and the rest of them need to be updated. So we'd like to get approval on advertising for those trucks and approval to purchase them once the advertising process is over.
Okay. Need a motion to approve the purchase of 4, you said 450s?
Well, yeah, we just call them 450s. We don't know what they'll be when, you know.
It's a standard pickup truck. This is not an application truck. This is like a crew cab pickup, right?
This would be a crew cab with a dump bed on them. That's what they use to patch potholes. It's got a little short dump on them, like a 3 or 4 yard dump bed. And they work with those guys as far as patching potholes. That's one of their main trucks. And they use them to go back and forth to the bush hogs or haul material to driveways or something like that. What we do, we do right on the end of the driveway. Sometimes it just takes a small amount of material. Those trucks are available for that also.
We've got a request coming from our road manager to advertise for 450
Let's advertise.
trucks. Got a motion by Supervisor Little. Got a second by Supervisor Williams. All in favor? Motion passes unanimously.
Alrighty, next, approval to set up safety training classes. Our guys hadn't been trained in a good while. One of them brought me their CPR certificate the other day, and it was done back in, I believe, 17 or something like that. And so that is one key factor in what they need. If somebody is hurt on the job or a limb happened to hit them in the chest and knock the wind out of them, half of them don't know what to do. And we'd like to go back in and train them for that, as well as chainsaw safety training and some equipment operating training.
We need it.
We'll have to.
That's good.
Yeah, the last time it was done, it was a department of MDOT that came up and did a lot of it, and then they also, I think when motor grader training, they also came up, they brought somebody up that they recommended, and they did the training.
That's sure it's good to have.
Yeah, and flaggers training as well as that, because that's one key part of safety to the traveling public. If we don't have anybody out there that know how to flag traffic, it could be detrimental.
That's good.
Our board attorney has.
Mr. Victor, one of the things that the legislature is looking at is, or continue to look at, is mental health issues that are within our is part of that to try to figure out whether or not we may have, at least from a management standpoint, recognizing mental illness issues. That's a real big push right now legislatively. And I was just curious if that was a part of it. If it's not, I'm not trying to.
No, it wasn't. This wasn't considered a part of it, but that is something that we need to look at. And so that is something. If we want to go ahead and approve that now, then we'll get together and try to get a program worked up and someone to address it.
Do we need all of that encompassed in this?
No, sir. I think him and I'll get together. I don't want to complicate what he's already doing, but there is a push to try to make certain that we're covering ourselves. There's a lot after COVID is going on, right?
We've got a motion by Supervisor Williams to set up safety training for our employees. Second by Supervisor Carver. All in favor? Motion passes unanimously. Mr. Collins, just to follow up on that a little bit, Do all of our trucks have fire extinguishers and first aid kits in them?
Most of them do. We are working on, putting them in there. Most of the equipment does, but some of the trucks does.
Okay.
And so we are working on getting them all equipped with them.
Okay.
Some of the smaller trucks does. I know when we had the fire with the tractor, they did. Each one of the tractors did, but being that death was involved, those fire extinguishers didn't do much good. But we are trying to get bigger ones. We were using 5 pounds, and I think they went through 3 5 pounds, and it didn't do any good. We're trying to go where we're gonna want to put these trucks here with 30-pound fire extinguishers every now. The one that's out on the job, like where those tractors are working and other equipment, where they'll be more equipped to hopefully save something if it happens to catch on fire.
And just to make sure, maybe if there's a piece of equipment that you're gonna have to be trying to put out, like an oil fire or something, the regular ABC fire extinguishers are not designed for that.
They're not designed.
So whenever you're equipping them, you may want to just make
We
sure
will.
you're
We
getting
are.
the proper type that will extinguish those type.
Yeah, we're
fires.
working on that right now.
Okay.
To get bigger ones that won't be on the equipment, they'll be in that service truck, and then some in the tractors where they, to get the ones that they really need.
Okay.
Cause no, they didn't do any good.
Yeah.
They actually made it worse if you want to know the
They're
truth.
not designed to put out like oil fires and stuff. Okay.
One other thing, I'm coming to the board to see if we can draft a letter, to kind of do a little bit of more enforcing on upkeeping our vehicles, such as trashing them out, smoking in them. And we've got complaints from citizens where we got guys that's smoking in the vehicles. We know the state law and the federal law says no smoking on in county buildings, county equipment, county trucks. But we just need to draft something so we can give to all the employees. I had talked to Mr. Lewis about it. Her and I had talked about it. Mr. Lewis, if you wanna just kind of give me a little help on this.
Last week, we received a call from a citizen that they witnessed an employee smoking in a vehicle. And, actually, Mr. Collins went out there and we investigated it, and that none of what was told to us appeared to be the truth. But we just want to, kind of protect the county employees and just remind them. So if you all would allow me to draft a letter to send to everyone, and that means the supervisor that operate a county vehicle, to please clean them out, trash out, and no smoking in no county operated vehicle. Also, it kind of hurts when we try to sell it and you're smelling the smoke in it. That hurts what we can get back from it as well. So if you all will allow me to do that, then that'll help him and the sheriff department and some others too.
So move out through the question, make a motion that we authorize it to quit.
It's been moved and seconded that we authorize the drafting of, vehicle use for the county. All in favor? Motion passes unanimously. I don't know if our board attorney will need to be involved in that, in drafting this. Rob, do you think you need to be involved in drafting this vehicle use?
Mr. Lois knows what she's doing with her. But however, if she needs me, she knows she can.
Sounds good. All right.
If nothing else, okay.
There was a citizen that contacted me about a cover that was put in on his own. He decided to put a cover in. I don't know much about that situation, so I'm going to request that Mr. Collins, our board attorney, and our county administrator communicate with this particular person and make some decisions about what he really expects us to do.
Who is it?
Name is Joseph Lambert.
And to give you, from what I received, he put the culvert in himself, joining the county road. I think he's trying to be reimbursed for it. And that was something that I know that I can't do. I think it's something that, we need to actually, Rob, get a Attorney General's opinion on before we can even start thinking about doing
I
that.
can tell you right now that we can't do that.
I was pretty sure of that, but.
You had it nailed.
Yeah.
I mean, the thing is, he can do whatever he wants to on his own property, but he can't come back and ask us to reimburse him cash for what he did.
Okay.
Well, Rob, let me ask you this. Because it sounded like he put it in the right of way,
Well, yeah, it was on the county right away.
so he
We allowed.
can't just go and put, I mean, first of all, it needs to be properly sized and properly sloped and everything.
He's kind of jumped the gun
On everything.
on everything.
But he may have to reimburse us.
And to let you know something further, that is a state aid road.
Oh,
It's not a county,
Yeah.
it's not a county road, it's state aid.
Yeah.
So that,
Is that something that
that
y'all need
presents-
to go back and look at to see if it was
that-
installed
that's why I'm
properly?
asking for.
Yeah, we need to.
That's why I'm asking for additional follow-up communication, with our county administrator, our county board attorney, and Mr. Collins.
You have all the information up and all.
I will go, all I did while I was rode by and did an assessment of it, I really need to go and look at it, cause it didn't look like what he did was actually drained properly. It seems like the water's gonna come to the cover and then run back on this property, because it doesn't have a ditch there to actually carry the water to the next location. But I need to go back, get out, do an assessment of it, and see what else needs to be done. And but the main thing we wanted to get across that the reimbursement part of it, and I didn't think it was lawful, but
Now, in addition to that, I believe we need to follow up with a written statement to, Mr. Lanfair in terms of what our decision is in regards to that.
Our county administrator has.
Supervisor, William, this is in your district?
Yes, it is.
What, did he ever come to you about it?
No, he didn't.
So you were not
Never
aware of
did.
it at all? He just
Never did. He just decided he wanted to put a cover in.
I know we never got anything on it.
Okay.
And nothing was ever said to me about it.
Supervisor Carter.
I mean, I'm not trespassing if you're in the right of way, and I'm just asking.
Well, it's kind of like, especially on a state aid road, it's kind of like if you go out on a state highway and you put in a cover and you didn't contact the state, you're kind of held liable for it, because if it caused flooding, or flooding on someone else's property, flooding on the roadway, then you have made a decision that it's going to be costly to someone else. And that's why the state, you gotta, and when you get, this is a federal county road, and it's federally funded. We just received federal money to do a lot of work on it. But in saying, you need to, if you're gonna put in a cover, which I don't think, you need to notify the board of supervisors. You need to notify me so that the right size cover is put in and it's put in the right location. And the ditch is properly fixed to drain. Just a lot of stuff goes in with putting a cover in. You just can't go out there and put one in there and then it's all good. Some roads is better than others, but this location is kind of a road, slight ditch, and then a downhill. So from what I'm seeing, the water, if the water even go through the cover, it's gonna run down on this property. And then if we reimburse him for it, then he's gonna come back and say, we need to fix the problem.
Well, I mean, you could even take it further. If it had to be taken up, you could possibly even charge him for the cost of having to remove it.
I believe that's why my motion was that we look further into it and draw a conclusion in terms of what direction we need to take in regards to that.
It's been moved and seconded that we allow our county administrator, our board attorney, and our road manager to make contact with Mr. Landfair on the decision about the cover that was placed in the county right of way. All in favor? Motion carried.
Is there anything else? Well, if there's anything y'all need me for, you got my number, give me a call.
Is trash back all the way fully picked up? Trash picked up from
I'm not sure,
good, good.
but I think they have, because they have, yeah.
I'm back on schedule.
Oh, Mr. Collins, we got, but he needs,
Oh, that's, it's right there back on, I don't have the address, but you put it
Well,
on road, on our top, on road. And it's right there at.
our comptroller would like to speak a little bit on what our board attorney brought up about the mental health issue. She just wanted to kind of expound on that.
With that particular thing, it's not, with our insurance, our health insurance, that addresses that mental health. If they have any questions or anything, they can come to me. Because of HIPAA purposes, we can't do anything like a group setting because it's personal. But we do have that access for them, and we have a drug and alcohol policy where they can seek help if they do have an issue. We have adopted that drug and alcohol policy. So we do have certain policies in place. Our health insurance do accommodate mental health awareness or issues, or if they have anything to help them seek help if they need it. That's something that we have that's offered through our health insurance, and it's also something that we have to accommodate them if they need like drug and alcohol rehabilitation, where they can use their insurance, and then we can also provide them with places that they may want to attend, or they can go to a private facility. So we do have certain policies in place that address that. I mean, if you need something to send out, it's not just for the road department, it's for everyone. Everyone in the county.
Do you have anything posted up there for, like up there, so that they can?
I will check into it. If not, I will get with Ms. Collier, and we'll get the necessary placements to put in place, and we'll get them on bulletin board on that.
Okay, I can bring it.
Okay, all right.
Thank you so much. Okay, any other questions for Mr. Collins? Thank you.
Thanks, sir.
All right.
Have a great day.
Okay, next we've got our Chancery Court business.
Yeah, I've got a couple of things. The first thing I need is to acknowledge that the retired tax assessor collector Alan Morgan did turn over all of uncollected personal and mobile home taxes to me. So I will be turning those over to the new tax assessor, Joe Helen Walker.
Motion to
Make a motion, we
acknowledge.
acknowledge that.
Motion by Supervisor Train, second by Supervisor Little, all in favor? Motion passes unanimously.
And then the other thing is I need the board to accept, I did receive certification of the signatures for the election commission election, which will be in November. The first one was Regina Evans for District 3. Second was Mornita Henderson for District 1. Third, Ernest Rogers Jr. for District 5.
You heard
He's already on this. We'll do this in January.
you heard the people who gathered the petitions on I need a motion by Supervisor Williams, second by Supervisor Carver, all in favor? Motion passes unanimously.
That's all I have.
All righty. Next, we've got our county administrator, Ms. Dolores Vaughn.
We have payroll changes for approval.
Move we accept the payroll changes.
Been motion by Supervisor Trainer, second by Supervisor Williams, that we accept the payroll changes, all in favor? Motion passes unanimously.
Have a budget amendment for the sheriff department for $5,000.
Been moved by Supervisor Williams, second by Supervisor Little, that we approve the budget amendment for the sheriff department, all in favor? Motion passes unanimously.
We did find some funds in the road department that we're able to move around, so we have a budget amendment for the road department for $359,000.
Budget amendment, motion by Supervisor Little, second by Supervisor Trainer, all in favor? Motion passes unanimously.
Interfund transfer to cover the laptop for the supervisor in the amount of $5,000.
Motion by Supervisor Little, second by Supervisor Trainer, all in favor? Motion passes unanimously.
Would you add Supervisor District 5? Well, I don't know whether or not we're gonna go to wireless board orders or anything like that. Are we moving in that direction? So we all need computers.
Are we moving in the direction of wireless internet?
Yeah, board orders. Board orders and wireless, agendas. No, okay.
Not while I'm at home.
Okay, well, I'm okay then.
No laptop things, you still?
Not now.
Gotcha, okay. Need permission to sell, the gun to a retired sheriff deputy, Christopher Henry, inventory number 200-662R. For $1.
Motion by Supervisor Williams, second by Supervisor Trainer, all in favor? Motion carries unanimously.
Need to acknowledge the board order through Chancery Court appointing Clarissa Harris as private counsel.
Need motion from Supervisor
So move, we
Trainer.
acknowledge that.
That we acknowledge, second by Supervisor Little, all in favor? Motion carries unanimously.
Griffin Church is needing to update their usage for the parking lot, the agreement. The amount went up, we were paying $1,500, I think. And they went up, and so they presented it, they gave the letter to me, so they're going up to $2,100 per month.
For the new board members, this is whenever, circuit court is in, the people
Griffin
are
over
using
here.
Griffin parking lot and everything, and sometimes it creates an issue, so we entered, that's been 10 years ago, I guess, we entered into an agreement to pay them for the use of that parking lot.
How much was it?
It's
$1,500.
Is that per year?
Mhm.
You know,
Per year.
now?
2,100.
$2,100 per year.
Make a motion, second.
Been moved and second, been motion by Supervisor Trainer, second by Supervisor Williams, that we, increase the amount to Griffin for the use of that parking lot. All in favor? Motion passes unanimously.
We have to have that part.
Absolutely, absolutely. They told us we couldn't use it.
We already paid this year, 24, so I get the switch on. We need to approve the completion and releasing the contractor from the Octok Road project, SAP 539M. That project is complete.
Motion by Supervisor Williams, second by Supervisor Trainer. All in favor? Motion passes unanimously.
We have credit card charges in the amount of $337.20.
Motion to pay credit card charges. Motion by Supervisor Little, second by Supervisor Trainer. All in favor? Motion carries unanimously.
We have the claim docket number 1415 through 1778 in the amount of $4,304,596.43 for approval.
Motion to pay claims docket.
Pay the bill.
Gotta pay the bill. Motion by Supervisor Williams, second by Supervisor Little. All in favor? Motion carries.
And that's all I have, but just a reminder that the GT Link will be having a meeting in this, space February 8th from 3:30 to 4:30. I sent that email out.
Is that here?
Mhm. I'll remind you all of it. They just wanted to meet with the board to update you on some projects.
I'd like to make a motion that we set a recess meeting for February 8th at 3:30.
3:30 to 4:30.
Been moved by Supervisor Trainer, second by Supervisor Little, that we set a recess meeting for 3:30,
February 8th.
February 8th. All in favor? Motion carries.
That's all I have.
Mr. Administrator, can you give us a little update on where we might be with our bonding company coming to speak with us?
Yes, sir. I did speak with them, and because some other things with the conversation, I think we need to have another meeting first. So, I've been in communications with Mr. Jackson at the hospital, and he's working on setting up a date, that he'll give to me, and then we'll have to kind of work it through with everybody. I think he's going to try to have his trustees available too, and so we gotta figure out a time that's gonna work for everyone. This meeting will take place at the hospital because they're gonna wanna do that presentation again. And because it's already set up there, it'll be easier for us to go to them. So we've been in communication, and, so I'll let you know of a date.
Okay, sounds good, thank you.
But now he said the bonding company.
Yeah, that part after we meet with the hospital, because some other conversations have been had with them. So I think we need to meet with the hospital first.
Okay,
And
I understand with governmental consultants, I guess.
Yeah, that's what
that's
I mean,
what-
governmental. I think that was gonna be to look at maybe our infrastructure.
Additional money.
Okay.
Yes, but there was some, when I was talking to Miss Lindsay, there was some other conversation that was brought up. I think she had a conversation with another board member, and there was conversation about the hospital. And so I felt it'd be best, let us meet with the hospital and then bring them in if they can assist in any way that the board would wish. Now,
I guess,
Whatever
and
y'all
just
wanna do.
for clarity purposes, I thought the governmental consultant meeting was gonna be to look at some bonding issues for road equipment,
I agree.
increased, funding for road improvement.
I
So I kinda saw those two as being different.
I did too.
Do you think they'll be willing to come meet with
Oh,
us
they will.
on just that?
Yes, sir,
Okay,
they will.
okay. Can
But
you
it was,
set
I can.
Yeah,
I can.
I understand what you're saying, but see if they'll come and meet with us on just that
They
separately
will.
from the hospital.
They will.
Okay, alright, thank you. Yeah, cause we sort of got, Victor was wanting equipment and, you know, so we just kinda want, so if you'll reach out to them and see when they can come talk to us.
Sure.
Okay, alright, thank you.
That's all I have.
Anything from a board attorney? We need to go into executive session?
We need to go into closed session to determine whether or not we need to go into executive session. However, we did get I don't wanna call it a complaint, we did get somebody called the AG's office, and when we go into closed session, you're supposed to invite everybody in, but typically what we do is we pretty much tell everybody what we're going into to executive session for. However, because of there are people watching to make sure we're doing everything perfectly, I would ask that we go into closed session to determine whether or not we go into executive session, and then when we go into closed session, we will invite anybody back in that would like to come back in. It'll take a couple more seconds if we do it this way, but that is probably the way to do it.
Need a motion to go into closed session to determine if we need to go into executive session. It's been moved by Supervisor Carver, and second by Supervisor Little, that we go into closed session to make a determination. All in favor? Motion passes unanimously.
Just for y'all in the afternoon.
I would think, and if it's generally accepted crowd, it's gonna be 4 or 5 people for the sake of our county employees. I would like to say about 10 o'clock, so maybe starting at 5 working hours.
About 3 o'clock.
2:30, 3 o'clock.
You know, we can set the adjourned meeting, I guess, for the next one.
Work for everybody,
But now-
but I know you got some other obligations.
Cause I'm gonna have a morning and an afternoon.
3 o'clock,
I'll do
okay.
whatever.
4 o'clock, better 3 o'clock.
That way, you know, cause we got some people here that's been here all day. And, I think that'll be, at least they can leave.
That way we get out of here at 5.
Right, in most cases, you know, but I know if we got a public hearing or something, that's different. You know.
For the 19th?
Well, I mean, I guess we can go ahead and set the adjourned meeting for the 19th or the 18th, which was it?
19th.
Well, 19th President's Day.
We're not closed that day.
So it'll be the 20th?
We're not closed.
Oh, we're not closed.
We're open that day.
Okay. 3
So
o'clock.
19th, I make a motion that we set the adjourned meeting, after the one on the 8th for the 19th at 3 o'clock.
Do you wanna go ahead and make a motion to set regularly scheduled meetings at 9 and 3?
Well, I think we keep it flexible. We already know the first Monday is gonna be at 9. And that recess meeting, we may have to adjust it, just be an understanding. We have to indicate in the board order anyway. Every time we say it, either way we go.
I believe
So
there's
we'll
some
just keep it
activities.
flexible.
Flexible, because we have to have a board order.
I think there's some activities going on the 19th that we might wanna be, participating in. That is a holiday. What's the problem with doing that on the 20th?
We'll change it to the
Yeah,
20th
let's
at
change
3.
it, let's change that to the 20th, because there gonna be some activities going on the 19th.
So the 20th at 3 o'clock.
Yes.
We got a motion, now we need a second.
Okay, we got a motion by Supervisor Trainer, second by Supervisor Williams, that we move the meeting to the 20th at 3 o'clock. All in favor? Motion passes unanimously.
Make a motion to recess to the 8th, was that 3:30?
Yes, sir. Motion by Supervisor Trainer, second by,
We already did that, but
Okay.
it was Trainer.
Trainer Little.
No, this Thursday, the 8th is at 3 o'clock too. Is it at 3:30? 3:30. 3:30?
3:30. All right, well, you all have a great day.
all right, thank you all.